Hello and welcome back to the OCE Championship League Play Day 1. I am joined here by the usual crowd, Courier, and of course Yummy Cheeseman. And right now we're coming up with Order up against Avant. It's going to be an interesting match. Avant are going down, at least in the previous game, but Order have been undefeated in the group stages.
In group stages, they came out as the best team, which is a surprise to me. Because when they formed, I'm like, these three?
It was like a leftovers match.
I'm going to say it. Maybe three of the dumbest players I've ever seen. But I think, realistically, with Dumbo on the team, and they have sort of really grown. They've started really finding their playstyle, and they're actually playing quite well.
I've heard they've been playing really standard, which was something that completely blew me away. Because when I look at the three of them individually, I wouldn't be like, oh, that's the most standard rotational team I've ever heard of.
Yeah, they reminded me. I thought they'd be like Corvidae, right? Where they're all just going for the ball and just being as fast as
good and good
possible. But this season, I'm expecting a lot more out of them, and I still have them pegged as a top 3 team.
Well, I think that's a fair assumption. I mean, if you're going through undefeated into the bracket, I think you can hold them to a higher standard. But you look on the flip side, like Avant had like a terrible run, coming in as 6th seed and then going through the lower bracket. They've just gone out of the fire into the volcano.
Yeah, I mean, Order was on top of Legacy. They were the ones that beat Legacy in the group stages. They've got every chance now to run through. Interesting
enough is that the fact that Avant have an uphill battle, right? Avant have the biggest uphill battle I think that a lot of the other different teams have in this sort of a thing. And Order, whether or not they're going to actually continue the fantastic run that they are having, I mean, up against Avant, I kind of see it happening that way.
It's rough for Avant because in the first week they've got 2 of the toughest matchups possible. But it is how this season goes. There's a lot of tough matchups. There's a lot of teams up in that top 5 now that you have to find a win against. So realistically, not beating Legacy makes it even more crucial that they try and get at least some games here.
Yeah, dovetailing into our point previously where we think Legacy may actually be like a 5th place seeded team. So if you can't get the win here, you could be locking yourself out of the top 4 very early into the competition.
Order looking very strong right now, but I think if you guys had to choose in this sort of a matchup between Order or Avant, what do you think you guys would be going?
I think this is going to be a high-scoring series. When you compare it to the last one, I think Order really have the 3 individuals that are on attack that can really strike well, but they could overcommit. So it's still a very comfortable Order win for me, but there could be games that just go completely the other way.
If you'd asked me before I'd kind of had a chat around with the players and heard that they played so standard, I would have said similar to Yummy, but I reckon it's just going to be really gross one-sided stomp from Order, because if they're playing rotational clean Rocket League, I think they're just going to lock Avant out.
Well, personally, I think that Order are going to take this one away as well. I feel that even though we've had this giant shuffle of changing up the way that the game plays itself, and a lot of the times the teams that come out of it aren't exactly the most cohesive units ever, I think Order have been playing fantastic.
For sure, they've got a really good chance here. They've got a good chance to get in the top 4. And maybe Dumbo, after failing, I'm going to say falling, maybe, in the Game 7 of 3 different times to qualify for World Championship, this might just be his season.
You know what they say, 4th time's the charm for RLCS. Actually, do you know what I feel really bad about? If you look at this team, and now with a new score point change, that aerials don't count, you have like Dumbo, Jules, Zen, oh, they're just getting robbed.
Well, I think with Yummy being a little bit too toxic, he might just quickly hop off the desk. We are going straight into Order versus Avant Gaming. Now Jules takes a quick advantage and a shot happens. Order straight out of the gate.
That's the kind of potential you want to see out of these guys. The roster is just up to the brim with talent. Can't word today. You got Zen, who's a superstar monster mechanically. You got Jules, who has that international experience, and Dumbo, who is like perpetually top 3 teams.
It's a little bit scary to think though that Jules was considered one of the weaker players on Tainted Minds, and now he comes into a team with Zen and Dumbo, who, again, as we spoke before, was sort of similar to the leftovers.
The flip side, though, let's talk about weakest player on an RLCS team, and then putting him back into a national competition is still a weakest player on an RLCS team.
I'm going to say it, an OCE RLCS team, all right? It's very different from the international stage, but let's look at this gameplay here. Avant Gaming, aggressive as ever. It's sitting there. Vive, he's ready and waiting. Goes off to the side. He does it. The game is tied up.
I love the way he's playing this week. We're seeing so much more involvement. He's working into the plays. Bango trusting him to come forward after Snarf does the touch. The 3-man communication is great to see.
Order not challenging in the midfield, just sitting in net, waiting for those clears to happen. A little bit too much trust coming out from them. Avant Gaming taking good advantage of that.
Yeah, we need more order from order if they're going to be leaving open those situations. Yummy could be right on the high-scoring affair, but that's another potential goal right there. Zen should have finished that.
5 now has control, tries to go for it. It's pinching so close to the net. Jules and Order being as aggressive as ever. Snarf challenging no one, it seems. Bango off to the side. Now Zen goes for the solo play. Works out for him, but Avant Gaming have the clear. Get a little bit of respite.
Yeah, some communication issues there out from Order, but they're just too quick. All these players mechanically gifted are going to beat them to the ball 9 times out of 10.
5 cleared it straight over to Jules, but look at this, a good air dribble. The opportunity is so close for Order. Now Jules again, he actually rotates straight out, allows Zen and Dumbo to go up for it. The boomer from Zen, Order running away with it.
That's why you pick up Zen. It's pretty much guaranteed. If the ball is in the air, it is in his domain, and he is just going to smash that down.
The mechanical skill from Zen coming out of nowhere. No defender in sight. Order going so well.
I want to see Zen this season being the one that actually make montages during league play, not just off on the side.
Yeah, a whole league play montage. It'd be interesting to see because he already has his first clip right there. Now Dumbo waiting in the back lines. Zen is up and ready for it. Jules and Dumbo both rotated back. A lot of space created for Avant, so they have a little bit of time. Bango is up for it again. He misses the ball, unfortunately. A double miss from both sides coming out. The ball's just sitting in the corner, being a little bit awkward. A good positional play from Dumbo. He actually kind of waited on that side and got the challenge that he needed.
Followed up with some bumps as well, allowing him to get the offense through, but Dumbo in the nick of time from rear post was enough to save them despite the fact.
Snarf clearing it over to Jules. Now Zen, it's another shot on net. Is Dumbo going to follow up? No, he goes for the pass instead. Zen, look at this freestyling. He's going around and Jules is there. Order 3-1.
That's where you pretty much can have Jules guaranteed to clean up and finish. When you're on a roster with CJ and the offensive powerhouse of Tainted Minds, you're used to finishing plays and being that third man to the play.
Avant Gaming are getting caught out in defense. They're just sitting there going, oh, that's going over my head. Oh, that's in the net now.
That's the problem with communication of new teams, right? If you just have this roster, you have guys that haven't played as much together, despite the fact Snarf and Mango have history, it's not the same as having a 3-man roster that played together for a year.
Yeah, Zen coming out of some very interesting matchups. Now Vive, he's there. A bit of a fake, questionable fake from him. Dumbo was there ready to challenge the player instead of the ball, and now Avant Gaming need to do something here. A good pass from him. Bango back into center. Now Snarf. The 3-man play is there, but it wasn't fast enough.
That's going to be a recurring issue for them, I think. When you go against people that just freestyle for fun, you're going to have some serious speed issues when trying to contest.
Well, freestyling does have its merits when it comes to mechanical skill and the levels of play that you can get. Whether or not it's working out so far. I mean, Jules is there. Pressure from Order. Zen again goes for the shot. A little bit too slow. Snarf in defense, ready and waiting. Now Dumbo all the way back. Booms are clear.
Oh, just in the nick of time though. Order is so quick to this ball. Every time they get the touch, and just Avant saves.
Yeah, Avant Gaming living off the skin of their teeth. Now Snarf is up for it. The bump in net works out for them. Avant Gaming are not out of this match.
They've been using bumps throughout the game to try open the net. It's good to see that it's finally going somewhere. They've drawn out the defense, and the follow-up touch from Snarf enables them to get the goal.
It was definitely Bango as well. He got the bump, made sure that there was no chance of a clear in the slightest. And Order, they're still 1 goal ahead, but it's looking a lot closer than I thought.
The high-scoring affair, Yummy Cheeseman knows his Rocket League as Dumbo takes one away right off the kickoff.
Dumbo out of control. The kickoff strats working out so well. The ones kickoff and Dumbo being so fast and so impeccably placing that ball where it needs to be pushes Order ahead.
I mean, it's 4-2. You'd normally think that this is a closing out of the game, but the way that it's going, it could just be anyone still.
I feel like Order are in full control of this match, even though there is a lot of goals scored from both sides. Now Dumbo is up for it again. He's going for his own freestyle, it seems like. Snarf touched off to the side. Zen is ready. Now Bango, look at this. A good idea from him. Tries to go for the solo play, but the challenge from Jules works out in their favor.
Yeah, just too patient. Happy to sit back, let them have control, and give himself the space to jump up and defend that, so keeping pressure inside Order.
Avant Gaming trying to make something happen. Zen is ready. Dumbo now goes for the challenge, but it seems like there's a bit of a yummy touch going backwards for Avant Gaming.
You can't have yummy touch. That's not exactly what we want here. Especially when your backboard has been opened up. 2 men on defense. The big clear, though, you'd think that'd be a pass back, but unfortunately not.
Dumbo tried to get it away. Bango, a good pass into center, but Snarf couldn't take the shot out. Vive, he's up for it. A little bit too slow. This is looking very good for Order right now. Centered again. It's still up in the air. Zen goes for the backboard play instead. Look at this. So many people in the air. Bango, he's ready and waiting in the net.
I thought that'd be a too many cook situation, but every single one of the touches of Order got them closer and closer to getting the goal. They haven't lost pressure, and there's enough spacing between them to keep it clean.
Well, we've seen them go undefeated in group stages, and now they seem to be doing so well in this matchup here. Order with 20 seconds left. I think they've wrapped up game one.
It's much cleaner than I was expecting. We went through it as well. When you have Zen, Jules, and Dumbo, you don't think traditional Rocket League. You think speedy boys that are just being non-stop aggressive. And we're just seeing more of it.
Avant Gaming, they took the back foot here, and I think it was just a little bit too slow. Vive caught awkwardly on the wall there. Jules with a banger straight into the center of net.
I think we underestimated the fact that all of these players have been on big teams. Zen played on Avant, Jules having been on Tainted Minds, and Dumbo having been on Scylla, the old Order roster as well. They have so much experience working together with good teammates that when you put them all together, they can just kind of draw on that experience despite the fact they don't have the history together.
Yeah, well, they also play a hell of a lot of Rocket League because each player on Order has at a minimum 40 hours a week, so they're basically working it as a full-time job.
Yeah, it's just school for them.
Yeah,
the school
that's
of hard knocks in Rocket League.
Well, it seems to be working out so far with a 5-2 victory in game one and a domination on the score in terms of the shots taken against shot taken against them.
I mean, Jules alone pretty much matched the entire enemy team in terms of stats.
Yeah.
So that's a good place to be because you have Dumbo and Zen as well. So
well,
that's
I would be feeling very confident if I was Order right now because they've come undefeated so far, and we keep on mentioning it all the time, but now looking at this game, a solid victory in game one, and although it kind of does mix up a little bit, they seem to be doing so well.
I imagine it's only going to get cleaner from here. We're coming off the back of the fact that Avant's previously played a game, they're coming in warm, they're coming in hot, where on the flip side, this is Order coming in cold. So the performance is only going to improve from here. The communication's going to get better. I was pretty happy with their rotations. Generally, they weren't all over each other, which we had some teams struggling with this morning. It's surprising how clean that was.
Well, you also have to mention the mental game is a big factor as well, and especially when you come off a loss, it is a little bit like demoralizing. Essentially, they look at it and they go, oh, we lost this match, we could have won it, could have done a bit better, and it's very hard for you to kind of go, I got to reset, I need to make sure that I can get into the correct headspace so that I could be beating a team such as Order who, you know, is playing so well recently.
And I mean, if you're talking about bad headspace there, Snarf, self-proclaimed toxic and tilt boy.
Yeah.
It's not exactly the person you want to be coming into a game not feeling great. When when you have a rookie as well, despite the fact that I think Vive is playing well, you can't bring the reassurance as the new guy to the team.
Now Jules being as aggressive as ever. Order with a 1-0 lead, looking very confident right now. And Zen, solo play indeed. It gets straight over two defenders. Order takes the free shot from Jules. Dumbo is there. No, a good positioning from Bango. The pivot for this team.
That should have been a goal. That was like a perfect recipe. All three of them, right place, right time, just not the right touch, which is strange considering all three of them should have scored that.
I definitely think Bango was in kind of the right spot at the right time, and it worked out so well for Avant Gaming.
Yeah, you'd think that they'd be able to finish, but Avant still stuck in there, still stuck on the offense. You'd want to be trying to get some more goals onto the pitch, trying to get that early lead.
Well, they're playing a little bit cleaner than last game from what we've seen here, but the passing play works out. That might be straight in. No, it's a side post, but Jules finishes it off. Order with a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, just taking away the defense there from Avant. Had opportunity to run forward, but Jules just too fast to the play. We're seeing, again, Avant struggling with that communication. Both Vive and Bango up to the ball, when one of them could have at least tried to challenge.
The confidence from Jules, I love it. Order playing so well right now. The passing plays is exactly what you need to be playing into that top 3 position, and then hopefully going into top 2 going overseas.
Yeah, and they're running that confidence into the kickoff as well. Another fast one with Dumbo trying to push immediately for that early goal to consolidate that early lead.
I really like the way that they're playing. It's not what we're used to from these sort of players. We'd think it'd be sporadic, and now Snarf gets a free shot and a goal. Jules getting the demo, but not making the save.
Yeah, we are going to see some great setup there from Bango, trying to get in each other's way. Jules realizing he's not having the opportunity, goes for the demo, but you know what? Demos aren't worth points when it comes down to actual points on the board.
That's right, Avant Gaming equalizing this game here. It's looking as though the goals are only going to pile up from here, with Order taking a quick, aggressive play. Jules into the corner. Now Zen tries to pass it to center. Dumbo ready and waiting, but a miss from both players. Vive got the boost, has ball control now. He can go for it, can't quite make a goal-scoring opportunity, but he's trying to just set up something for his team, and a good pass into center.
I'm surprised at how clean the rotations are. I can't stress that enough. Zen making the smart decision to rotate back, doesn't want to have too much pressure building and put themselves into a risky situation when they already have that confidence knowing that they can score and slowly drag it ahead.
And you see as well, Dumbo had so much time to get into defense, but Avant are still on the front foot. Bango off to the side. Now Zen, aggressive as ever. Jules has the solo play. Zen getting a little bit too close there, but Dumbo, you see how far back he's playing throughout this entire match, and it seems to be working so well for Order.
Yeah, it's uncharacteristic of him. We saw him on Avant. He was one of the players running forward. Oh, what's happening? It doesn't matter. Jules with the finish. The two-man touches. That's a goal, taking them to 2 points to 1.
Zen attempting this double touch so close. You could see the respect from Avant Gaming. They gave him the space, and Jules was like, this is my goal. I'm padding my stats. Easy win for Order.
And Vive is kind of like watching the big kids play upstairs.
Vive is giving it his best shot, Courier, and that's the only thing you can do in this sort of a level of gameplay. Now Order, full control of this match. Very confident in the aggression. It's off the backboard. The post is just a little bit too dangerous for Order.
I think it's a weird combination of they need to send more people in to finish these plays that they're setting up for themselves, but on the flip side, all 3 of them shouldn't be missing these.
That's right. If you have 3 men sent up, you can't really send any more because that's all you have on the pitch. And it seems as though Order are wanting that extra player just to be there, and keeping these aggressive rotations is what they have to do. Avant Gaming seeming a bit sporadic in defense, a little bit frazzled. Now Order, Jules, he's off the backboard. You saw how fast Dumbo was up. Jules gets onto the backboard. Another play from Order. You see how aggressive they're being in offense.
They're so quick to the ball. Probably a little too quick. I think a little bit more time would enable them to get the angle to try actually get the dunk rather than have to put it up against the backboard, relying on your teammates to follow through. But they're not conceding pressure, and that's the most important thing.
Absolutely. Zen now sitting in the defense. Dumbo off to the side. Vive is the only one there. It's a boomer, but Zen on the back wall. He goes for that corner instead. I thought he might pass it over to Jules, but Dumbo's ready and waiting. Avant Gaming need to make something happen, or they will be 2 games down in this best of 5, not looking in the most comfortable position. Look at that play from Dumbo. Really good defense.
The defense is just continuing to come out. The speed at which Order can get to the ball is just outclassing Avant. They try to go for the challenge, and you can pretty much expect Order is either going to pre-jump or just straight beat them.
Jules now off the wall. Vive rotating to back post. Oh, so close from Jules. He has stepped up so much recently. It's an open net from Bango. The retaliation goal might be there. No, it's off the back wall. Dumbo gets the touch. That could have been Avant's chance of getting back into this game.
And they haven't had a lot of opportunities. They cannot risk, but the goal is open now. Big demo, but the follow-up is not in time. Vive, we need you to come forward, buddy. Have that confidence again that we saw that led to that hat trick.
Snuff should have put that straight in instead of getting the aggressive touch. Vive should have finished that off as well. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. And I think Jules has finished it off. No, it's off the post again. This post is everyone's favorite thing to hit.
Yeah, that he is going to get a savior medal for sure. He's like 7 saves in.
I think if you have a fantasy team going out right now, both of these teams are getting the shots on, but not the shots scored.
Yeah, I want that post for my defender.
Avant Gaming wanting to get back in this game with 30 seconds left. They need to make this goal happen. But it seems as though Order are getting a little bit more comfortable in the second half of this game.
It's a strange one, because despite the fact being a 2-1 scoreboard, I feel like this is a very one-sided match. It's pretty much Order's game to win, and it's whether or not they actually close out that is the big factor.
Now Vive, a good ceiling play from him. Bango just waiting in the center. He's faster than Zen. He's done it. Bango has evened up the game.
Bango, the one that is going to have to carry them to victory. If you can beat out Order on speed, you can take advantage of the thing they're trying to utilize most.
Zen was definitely feeling the pressure there. Avant Gaming, it is 2-2, close as ever. They could actually end up winning this game here.
And that would pull them ahead. That would be a great for their mentality as well. You need to get some wins. You need to break the momentum of Order, and you need to put them in their place. They're coming off 7 consecutive wins in the qualifiers. That would be a really big mental break for them too.
Snuff's up for it. He bumps his own teammate. Not what you want to be doing. Overtime happens, and I think this is the first overtime of the day.
Just strange. We've had some pretty one-sided matches, but last week, nothing but close.
The aggressive demos come out. A good pass from Vive. Snuff not quite ready for it. Now Jules to Dumbo. He's got the shot. Again, it's off the side. Zen's there as well. It's just sitting in the offensive half. Order needed that one there. Now Jules booming the clear again. Bango is so far back, ready and waiting for this one. Jules is waiting on that side boost, and I think it's going to spawn just as he leaves, as we all know, which is the classic. Now Vive. Feels very bad indeed. Dumbo clears it off to Avant.
Zen, though, pushing forward. Order having another opportunity to try push in. Avant defense slow to pick up, but it's just going to be enough to hold them out. It's the counter-attack, though, that matters. Avant is going to go up for the back book. Defense there in time.
Seems as though Avant are just getting the retaliation goal, wait for Order to overcommit, and then go from there. Now Dumbo straight over to Snarf Snarf. Jules gets the clear. Avant in an awkward spot here. Jules, he's ready and waiting. Zen off to the center. Dumbo is there. A little bit too far away from him, though. Not the touch he wanted. Bango could make this happen. No, he doesn't. Snarf Snarf gets demoed instead.
I mean, it's just a matter of time before Bango manages to match the pace and get another one of those goals, just stealing it right out of the air in front of them. But that side post is where they need to move the goal to.
You see a lot of these plays coming out from Order, and it's really good to see, but Bango goes for the solo instead. Passing plays from Order versus the individual plays from Avant. One or the other is going to win this match here. Seems as though Vive is very fast.
It's good to see that he's getting up and keeping the ball out of their half. It gives time for both Bango and Snarf to reposition and hopefully get a play. The double commit is going to cost them, is they're going to be losing this challenge and push deeper into their half.
Now Zen has full control here. Dumbo, he's waiting on the side. I assume that the other player, Jewel, is going to be sitting in center. He is. The fake! Oh, so close from him. Oh no! Avant Gaming are running away with this. Vive has done it! The misplay from Order!
What a counterattack. They took it patiently and it paid off for them as they're now pushing it back in and taking the game from right under Order's nose.
2 minutes of overtime. Avant Gaming, the sigh of relief. Man alive, that was a very close game. Closer than a lot of we've seen today.
I love the salt just going down there. Very appropriate when you steal that from your opponent. But what a game for Jules. Whew, not enough though. Bango, as I say every time he's on, he's the guy that's going to carry.
See, I know you said that what a game from Jules, but unfortunately it was actually his last little mistake there which caused them the game. And this happens a lot of the time as well because Jules, he decided to go for a fake there. So instead of straight up challenging the ball, he kind of waited back a little bit, and you could see it as well because he slowed his momentum right down, and then Vive just dunked it straight over him and was like, this is an open net.
We're talking about mistakes, though. I don't think we can pick out that one play. I think there was about 70 potential goals that came out of Order where it's like post, 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 post.
Yeah, I mean, there's always shoulda, woulda, coulda, right?
Yeah.
But in that case there, I mean, Jules, an unfortunate little miss from him, but a good aggression from Avant Gaming. I'm really impressed. I thought this one was going to go straight over to Order.
Yeah, I was very surprised. I feel like it should have been a one-sided stomp by Order, continuing their win streak going forward, but the performance brought ahead by Avant's really great. It's good to see that Bango is still the guy at the front. Nothing's really changed on that factor.
Yeah.
But Vive being a larger contributing member of the team shows a lot of hope.
Well, you do see Bango, especially when it comes to those retaliation goals, which I'm seeing where Order will overcommit, and then Bango is kind of that post there who's sitting there being like, I got this, guys, and goes for that solo play. And whether or not it works out is the way that we can see Avant are getting those goals to happen. Because
I mean, half of them just converted instantly, right? When Bango just beat Zen up to the ball, it's like, oh, goal.
Bang. Straight into the net. And it was really good to see as well because it's not just the solo plays. A lot of the passing plays are coming out from Order, and that's what we really like to see. You know, you look at the Chiefs gameplay, you look at the other international teams overseas, it's a lot of those infield passes, changing it up just to the backboard. And it's worked out for Order in the past, but they need to continue to do so, or, again, Avant Gaming might just run away with it.
And even if they start to get those infield passes in and have some better communication in that regard, we have been seeing some cool things come out of Avant too. I love the way that they've started to use demos as well. Both Bango having some that led to some great goals, and Vive has been trying to bump a lot as well. So the way they're creating pressure is really cool.
We are heading straight into the next game here. Game 3 kicks off. A 1-all scoreline. Avant Gaming winning that last one. Order not as confident as they are, or they are coming out of the group stage, but a banger from Zen, so close for him.
Now they're moving across the other side of the pitch, though. Vive with a good touch, starting the counter-attack that's coming out. It's whether or not Avant can hold some more of the possession. The play, the touch, it gets gone through. Bango to score.
Snarf Snarf's play to Bango. Bango being the pivotal post that is sitting Avant Gaming ahead.
What a little play. Right under their noses in that right-hand corner, Order have had so much control over the pitch, and now to steal it and get this early lead, it may give them momentum to move forward.
Well, I'd be nervous if I was Order because, you know, you lost the last game, and especially when you come out of group stages winning absolutely every single match, but Jules, his fake finally works this time. Now he goes for it, pushes it again, but Bango with the challenge off to the side. Zen gets the touch. Can the backboard plays happen for Order? Just not too sure.
Oh, last time I went to the corner, it went pretty well for Avant, so Order starting to commit 3 players forward. Hope that some deep rotations might be just in time to save themselves.
That was a 3-man play from Order, from Avant Gaming, and Order need to capitalize on it. They have to in order to get anywhere near ahead. A good pass from Dumbo, but it gets intercepted as well. I feel as though Avant Gaming are being very fast right now.
And on the flip side, you have Order getting caught with their pants down. Another shot on goals for Avant. They cannot afford. They're too hot, too cold. 3-man on the offense getting punished, or not enough people because they're panicked.
Now Snarf, he's taking advantage as best you possibly can in this sort of a circumstance. Jules now tries to center it. Bango with the demo. You spoke about it just before. It's worked out so well for them so far, and they have to continue to do so to continue winning.
Oh, the counter-attack. This is the opposite of how it's meant to go, but that post is just putting in the work.
Yeah, it was a little bit unfortunate that it was off to the side because you saw how open the net was. Now Jules off to the side. Now Zen sitting ready and waiting. Challenge from him. Dumbo jumped up a little bit too early. Snarf as well. Jules has some time. A little bit of pressure coming out from Avant Gaming, but Order ready to receive.
Now again, pushed deep into this corner. Last time it went down, Avant, big counter-attack coming out. But the backboard is under control, and Order are starting to notice that they're going to have to rotate back. Order
definitely need to capitalize on the triple-man rotations from Avant and the triple commits. Now Avant are being a little bit too fast in offense. Zen doing a little bit of kind of mid-air stuff that doesn't exactly help, but gets the clear. Whether or not Jules or Dumbo are ready for it, but Snarf is there. Avant Gaming well ahead.
With all of Order in their defensive half, there was a hole spotted by Avant Gaming, and with the multiple touches coming forward, Snarf to finish was the one that surprised me. Some good pace coming off him, realizing and trusting his teammates to actually get the ball across rather than rotate out. He can be skittish.
Avant Gaming have stepped up so far because you could see it was a 3-man commit. It wasn't a 2-man, 1-man being very back going, oh God, but it's all okay for Avant. 2-0 up, seeming pretty confident right now with half the game already gone.
And a solid push forward as well. They don't get pushed aside when they're pushed into their own half. I love they keep the mentality, they keep faith, and they're always thinking, how can we turn this around, how can we turn this around?
Now Order trying to make something happen. Jules is up, but both Dumbo and Zen, they must feel frazzled. It's an open net. Rotations go wild. Snarf is a little bit awkward, but Vibe is ready and waiting. Avant Gaming are taking this out.
Oh, it's all good and well to get a huge bump for the defense, but it doesn't matter if it leaves the goal entirely open. Another great read from Avant. All of them working cohesively as a unit as we watch Order no longer have that order.
Bango with a beautiful little solo flick there. Worked out so well for him. Order need to reset. They have to go, man, we are doing something different now, and we have to change it up.
Or Avant's doing something different. They have that communication, they have those 3-man touch plays, and Order just doesn't know how to deal with it because the defense from Avant is strong, and whenever they triple commit, they just get punished.
Now Vive and Snarf get the clear, but a banger from Zen makes a quick work of the defense.
Hopefully it's enough to reinvigorate the two of them, but a great touch there from Dumbo setting it up.
Zen, what a boomer. Recognizing there was a double commit from Avant, and that's what they need to be doing, taking advantage of the double commits and even the triple commits in defense.
I think that's something both of these teams need to be looking at fixing. Get that defense strong enough that you can get away with the opportunity to shoot, because they're struggling to get the connections even though they're getting the ball.
Mango off to the side. Zen tried to go for it, gets an unfortunate miss from him. Jules is up, ready and waiting. Now Snarf gets the touch off to the side. Vibe's ready for it. Look at this 3-man play. A double touch from Vibe works out in their favor. This could happen. Avant Gaming was so close to being 4-1 up.
Conceptually, I love the way the plays are going out, but again, Order's speed is just too incredibly fast. Bango! He's the man to watch. He's everywhere.
Speaking of speed, Avant Gaming playing out of their minds. Order are being too slow, Korea. I have to counter you on that point because Avant are 4-1 up in this match.
Well, it's faster that play, that's for sure. Bango, he is incredible.
That was an insane play off the wall. A pinch into a pass, into a finish. Really good to see.
And they're running away with this. The fact that it's going to destroy mental game for Order, as well reinvigorate them, is going to just catapult them forward in the series.
Avant Gaming walking away with this game. Might be 2-1 up. Bango goes for the double touch, but a clear from Jules. So close to the goal here. Dumbo off to center. Zen a little bit too far back. Now Bango and Snarf, they're going to go for a 1-2 play. They almost make it, but Dumbo is ready to interject.
Now though, stuck in the middle, fast the ball again. Avant picking up that pace, but defense is there. Bango again, ready and roaring.
That was a wide open net. If Zen had taken a quick shot, might have had the chance at making a bit of a comeback. Now Dumbo into center, but Vibe is ready and waiting. Jules patiently waiting off to the side. Zen gets an unfortunate miss. Passing off. No, Dumbo decides to rotate back instead of going for the pass. Snarf has control. A nice fake from him. Works out though with Dumbo with the challenge. Zen's off there. Jules up, off to the side. Dumbo goes for it. An unfortunate miss. 20 seconds to go. I think Avant have taken this.
Yeah, they're losing the connections there whenever Order tries to go up. Avant starting to match the pace, but Zen gets back in time. Every time we talk, they try to flip it on its head.
12 seconds left. Order looking very strong now, but they have to do something in 12 seconds, and I feel like it's too little too late.
No, with 4-2, I think it's too little too late indeed. We could see Dumbo going for another one of his kickoffs to try and secure it in 4 seconds, but if we don't see that from the immediate play, I think we can call it.
10 seconds remaining. Order have to reset. Everyone on the desk thought that Order would take this one, but 3, 4, 5 seconds.
There's the Dumbo.
This could happen. Do be aware, though, that was a 12-second goal, it says there. And with 5 seconds remaining on the clock, Order have to take advantage. They have to do something.
Well, they love their cheeky little kickoff goals, so the fat lady has not yet sung, but her mouth is wide open.
Well, Avant Gaming, very nervous right now. Dumbo, Bango with a good patient play. This could still happen. Order, Zen, passed it up. Snarf a little bit too high. A good fake from him. And Avant Gaming take out game number 3. It is a 2-1 lead for Avant Gaming. No one really saw it coming.
No, not at all. We were pretty convinced here at the desk that this would be a runaway game for Order. But Avant, having that teamwork and having that cohesion, playing incredibly clever, realizing when to counterattack Order to put them behind, despite the fact that Order has all the possession.
The interesting thing to note here is there was 6 shots against 12. That is a huge statistic, and usually when you see a lot more shots taken, that's usually the winning team. But Order, I think they're overcommitting in offense.
Well, yeah, they're definitely overcommitting if they're not getting goals after that many shots.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're losing with that many shots, something's definitely going wrong.
Yeah, well, we spoke about how the post has been such a pivotal point across both of these teams because a lot of the time it's not going towards net, it's just sitting, hitting the post or bouncing out. And it's unfortunate for Order because I think because they're being so aggressive, they kind of expect it to sink in, and Avant are making advantage of that with scoring those retaliation goals.
Yeah, I'm like a super sad boy because I picked Dumbo for attacker. But here's the awful thing for me, right? Dumbo was one of the top 5 scorers of last season. He's a player that you're picked up for the Order roster to give him a little bit more oomph because both Shady and Express are very well-rounded players. They managed to have great even stats, but Dumbo gave him a little bit more scoring potential. Then you have Zen, an absolute freestyling monster who can put away a ton of goals for Avant. And then Jules is a great supportive player who should allow them to get the goals and facilitate that. But we're just not seeing any closure. None of them are having that shot percentage that you want. They have the shots, they're just not going anywhere.
Because they're getting to 90% of the job done, and then that last 10% they go, oh, we haven't quite made it yet. And whether or not Avant can take it out or Order can get back into this series is yet to be seen. With game number 4 taking right away. Vive with a quick goal. Avant Gaming making their mark.
An absolute steal Vive has been. Comes out of nowhere, the rookie to the team, and setting up great plays for himself and for his teammates.
Vive should rename himself to Jules Bane because that's the second time that he's dunked him to get an early lead or even finish off a match itself.
Does that make him RLCS material? Is that how that works? Is
That's
that transitive
exactly
properties?
how it works. Yeah, that's also right. You know, if you beat these guys on the rank ladder, that means you're actually an RLCS player.
Tweet at them.
That's
no, please
right.
don't. Don't do that, guy.
Don't do that. Yeah, not exactly what we want to be seeing, but Avant making quick work of Order. 20 seconds down into this game, and Jules rotating around, trying to steal the boost, but Bango's a little bit too fast. Bango and Vive tries to get something done. Nothing quite happening here, but a quick clear from Jules gives him a bit of respite.
Now, though, Avant having so much control. Last game and the game before, it was all about Order controlling the ball, but Avant is getting so much possession now, they're really just sticking it to Order.
Well, Zen's getting bullied by Vive off to the side. Not exactly what you want to be seeing when you're in your opposition's half.
The new kid to school's picking on the bullies.
Yeah, and Jules with a quick shot there. Almost worked out for Order. They're getting the right ideas, but the execution is not quite there from
That's the story of the whole game, right? It's all about 90%ing it, where 100% is required. These are pass or fail subjects.
And it seems as though Avant are taking it away. Order are getting a little bit too rushed here.
I have Vive on bench.
Well, Bango with a beautiful pass. He did the exact same pass last game. Whether or not he's been doing it consistently, I mean, he's been playing fantastic.
Yeah, and Vive is really working with him, and that is something I love to see. It's all good and well to have Bango's carry potential and his ability to run away with goals. Oh, speaking of running away, Zen almost out from under their nose.
So close there. Avant Gaming Bango into center. Now Snarf gets a quick shot. Jules ready to receive. Now Dumbo touches again, but Vive is ready there. Snarf's already up for it. Very quick play from him. Can Zen get a wall clear? He does. Not the biggest one we've seen, but definitely close. Bango He's there. Now Jules still taking this solo play, going for the challenge, gets a quick one, but Snarf gets a double commit from Order. This is one left in defense. It's Zen. They're scrambling back. Avant Gaming might take advantage. Bango, you saw as well, just sitting there and in the net.
Yeah, Zen having to go for the bump rather than actually continuing into the play, allowing Avant to maintain possession as they push forward. Vive on the run-up. The goal is open. The touch has been done. What a beautiful play, clearing out the goal. And that is 3-0 to Avant.
Avant Gaming playing out of their minds. Bango clearing out Jules as aggressive as ever. And Vive finishing it off. The cohesion is insane.
That is some Mighty Ducks Bash Brothers level stuff right there. Just completely annihilating him. What a beautiful shot.
Avant Gaming playing so well right now. Those demos, the bumps working so well for them. Zen now into center. Jules is there. Dumbo needs to be there as well. They have to get aggressive or they're not going to get anywhere. Now Vive kicks it off to the side. Now Vive again. Can he follow up his own chip and chase? He does. Jules has a little bit of space. Avant Gaming are working their way in the aggressive half.
They are slowly taking Order apart. This is surprising and enjoyable to watch. The way that the team has adapted just over the course of the season thus far. The rotations are so much cleaner. Vive has all that confidence. Another goal just right there for the posts taking. Oh. Not fast enough though.
Snarf should have been able to finish that one off. A 4-0 lead from Avant. Absolutely crush Order, but not to be seen there. A little bit of misplay. You can't exactly be doing that against the stronger teams in the competition. But Order are definitely one of those, and Avant making their mark. They are 2 minutes and 10 seconds away from cleaning out this best of 5 and cementing a spot in the first week of league play.
I mean, they may miss the goal, but when you threw up 3 up, you're pretty much safe.
3 up.
That's it. All out the pop.
The pop. Now Zen, he has the solo play. Bango passes it across net. Very dangerous play from him. Avant Gaming playing very well in defense. A good little passing play. Bango, he doesn't have enough boost. Now Vive cleared it off to the side.
Conceptually, I love the fact that he was willing to just make that pass. When you do have these newer teams that haven't played as much together, that trust isn't always there.
Well, we've had the big OCE shuffle, and we've talked about it a lot, but a lot of these different teams coming out of it, it is good to see that they have the cohesion that a lot of these teams with more experience usually do have.
Yeah, the rotation back as well as the 2 men start to go up the front. We're going to see Vive pull out soon, but he's going to sit back in mid. Oh, there we go. Runs forward.
There you go. Now Zen, he tried to pass it off. This could be the opportunity that they need, but look at the pre-jump from Bango. Worked out so well in his favor. 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining. Jules goes up for it, misses the ball. Bango off to the side. Now Snarf is there as well. You see how fast he's playing, and I love it.
Absolutely decimating them. Avant once again locked in their half, but I'm not stressed for them like last time. Order had so many opportunities, but they've just seemed to live with it.
Speaking of opportunities, it's sitting right in front of net, but Vive has the clear. Order would be devastated, but the pressure is unrelenting.
They eventually managed to break through. Doesn't matter how many shots you take, all that matters is you eventually break it out.
That's right. You know, if you take 10 shots but 1 goes in, the 1 is all you really care about. Order might have a chance of getting back into this game.
Hopefully they don't need to take that many shots because with 40 seconds left on the clock, you can't afford to have another 13-shot game and fall behind.
I feel like a lot of these games, though, are too little too late for Order because last game we saw 3-4, and then the games before as well, it was very, very close each time. Now Order trying to make advantage as much as possible. 30 seconds remaining in this game. Avant Gaming might be running away with it, but no. Order are now 2-3. They're back in it.
And with the potential, we've seen how fast they score at the beginning and ends of games. Order could pull this back. All they need is 1 goal in 28 seconds. Very doable to get to that overtime.
Avant Gaming, they are quaking in their boots. Order must be feeling nervous as well. The tension is high, and I absolutely love it.
If we can see some conversions, though, that was what we need to see from them coming out. It's something they can do. They have the shots. They just need those goals.
20 seconds remaining. Zen goes up for the ball here. 15 seconds. Getting as close as ever. 12 seconds remaining. This is an open net. It could happen. Order so close. The pressure is still going on. We've spoken about it before. It's sitting in front of net. The clear comes out. It seems as though Avant Gaming might have taken this. If he goes up the wall, they still have a bit of chance. But a click off to Dumbo. Not what you want to be seeing. Avant Gaming have done it.
The panic getting to them at the end. multiple touches of each other and not just the ball, but Avant Gaming having that cohesion, bringing them together, and we saw their shots increase over the course of the series as they're slowly warming up and becoming the team we could hope they could be.
Avant Gaming cementing their place in the first week of league play, and for me, they played fantastically in comparison to what we saw of them last match.
It was a massive upset. They came from, again, 6 in the group stage. They were 3-0'd by Order in the group stage. They've climbed through the play-ins. They've climbed in the first week of league play. And now they're starting to be a serious contender for making it further up into the top 4.
I mean, off the back, Legacy struggling. This could be the opportunity for them to just run ahead. They only need one more step to break through, and if Order's that step, they're in.
Well, Legacy did get the win over Avant, so that's a big advantage to them, but there's some really good plays from Avant. I liked how much more creative they were. It really felt like they had lots of different things to do on attack, and the bumps really disrupted Order. The major difference between Order and Legacy, and the reason that Legacy won, in my opinion, was that Order, every single time they're on defense, they're still thinking about attack. They're still thinking about moving forward, and then a 50-50 happens. Snarf or Bango comes in and gets a good challenge off, and the ball's behind them, and then they get scored on.
Yeah, and they look confused as well while it happens. Like, they're all, what?
Yeah, well, it was a little bit unfortunate to see as well because we saw Zen and Dumbo sort of getting in each other's way a lot of the time. We saw Zen bumping, Dumbo out of the way when Dumbo was going for the clear.
No, it was the other way. Zen was underneath the ball at one stage. It's like ready for it, it's just coming down. And like Dumbo has to know that he's there. He gets into the same position, and of course that means that Dumbo literally rams him from behind. And neither of them get to hit, and it led to a goal.
Are you surprised the flying elephant guy crushed another one of his teammates?
Look, I'm not surprised. I described him, I think, aptly at the beginning of this match. But it was a rough series for them. That is hopefully big motivation for them to come back, hit the drawing board, and try and figure out how they go through the rest of the season.
Well, I think just the fact they struggled to convert could have completely changed the face of that entire match. How many shots did they take relative to? It was at least double, right, across the course of the series?
They had a lot. They had more shots, but in the later half of the series, I mean,
petered out, even.
Yeah, it was pretty even. So yeah.
Yeah, well, that's interesting enough. We are heading into a quick little break, but we will be right back after with more games.